All right, guys, so we're kind of putting on hold my axles and everything until we get the new bearings in for the axle shafts because we had to cut those apart to get them off. In order to replace the seals and everything like that, we're also still waiting on the ring and pinion gear to come in. So we'll pick back up with this project and fixing the Wrangler once that comes in. But today we're helping Cameron out with mounting his new wheels. So you got some pretty sick beadlocks. Like honestly, if they made these for Jeeps, I would totally consider getting them. What are these exact specs?
Weld V-Series 15x8 single beadlocks.
And you got these like custom made for the color, right?
Yeah, so it's not a completely custom per se wheel, but so they made this size and they did black anodizing in a different size. But so the 15x8s they only sold in silver, and they made black like 16x16s or something. So I had to call them and see if they were up for that, and they were. They're really cool about it. So ended up, I think, put them on order 3 months ago, and they just came in, had these tires laying around for a little while. They're not slicks, they're technically DOT approved, just because of those two little lines, but soft, sticky tires, bias ply. It's gonna be running a tube in them, so.
Look how soft these tires are compared to like Jeep tires. Like this is taking no weight at all. And they're just like caving in on each other. So I think what we're gonna do is do like a time lapse of install on these and help each other with this and figure this out as we go. It'll be a little different than mounting the Jeep beadlocks because he's got a tube in there because he'll be driving on the street a little bit too. And then I guess we'll go ahead and get them mounted up on the car tonight and show you guys what they look like. You guys can expect to see a little bit more like Volkswagen content on here because I'm gonna try to help him as much as possible just because he's helped me a ton with the Jeep and everything like that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into mounting these. Alright guys, so these were actually not too bad compared to the Jeeps. The 37s we put on the Jeep gave us a ton of issues. The 40s not as much. These were not too bad at all. Cameron actually did it all on his own without any help. Like, they gave it surprisingly easy.
All by myself.
But they look sick. I mean, with these tires, and then I also like how it's like engraved in the Weld Racing. That looks really good. But they're all set up, ready to go on the car. So we're gonna go ahead and get them figured out, set them up on the car. We already got this side on, get everything figured out, and then I'll update you guys when we get that done. All right guys, so we got the wheels all mounted up and on there. They look pretty sick, honestly. I really do like this design of this beadlock. They look really cool. If there was a similar one for a Jeep, I would totally go for it just because they look a lot different than any Jeep beadlock out there. But I think they turned out sick. And you said this is what, the first time you're gonna be able to lower it on its own weight?
It's never been on any wheels or nothing. I mean, picked it up as a shell.
I picked it up as a shell too, guys. So I just want you to know that I carried this car before it was at this point.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll go ahead and lower it on the wheels and I'll show you guys what it looks like all set down on the ground and everything like that. So let's go ahead and do that and then I'll pick the video back up.
All right, first time ever under its own four wheels, setting it down.
All right guys, so this is actually the first time it's on its own weight, as Cameron said earlier. And I think it looks pretty sweet. I know he mentioned narrowing these back fenders, right?
Yeah, so right now they're bolted into the stock bolt holes. And I got these strips, which I'll show you so you can get a decent idea. But this is driver's side, but so I'll cut along that fender line, and then these will weld in here, and like, you know, from here over will be in the car, and then I'll have Zeus pins, which I have over there in the fenders to Zeus them on and off easily. But when I go to do that, I might shave about a ½ inch or so off the fenders just to close up the gap in here, kind of.
And this is not like final stance or anything, right? You said you're going to adjust that once you get the weight and everything in there?
Yeah, so it's got bare engine block. The train's only got a spool in it right now just to, so I can have axles and wheels and brakes and all that. But gonna put some weight in it, try to get the stance. So we're gonna guesstimate it, but try to get it set where it's gonna be when it's done, and then go from there.
I think it turned out sick. You happy with these beadlocks? You glad you chose these?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic with these things.
I think they look sweet. Comment down below what you guys think about these beadlocks. As always, guys, you are going to see more of this build on the channel because he's making a lot more progress with it now. And you also see a lot more of Cameron on the channel because he's going to help us a lot with the Jeep. We were discussing doing like a custom cage in the Jeep because, I mean, as you can see from his cage, which he's still got to finish welding up and everything once he gets it certified.
It's all just tacked together. But
Yeah, it's just tacked together for now. But, I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing and can do a pretty good job. So we're going to build a custom cage for the Jeep at some point. Not really a timeline on that because we both obviously have our own projects going on, our own builds to take care of. And I don't want to take up too much of his time when he's building this because it'd be really sick to see this when it's done. But comment down below any video ideas you guys have with this or what you want to see it doing. I think he's planning on getting some, you're going to get some like race footage with GoPros and stuff, right?
yeah, I mean, I hope to capture any footage I can whenever I go to races and try to put it up.
And I'll probably go to some races and get some footage for him too. So we'll get a bunch of different angles for you guys. But this is going to be a pretty sweet build when it's done. So if you guys haven't already checked out his channel, I'll link that down below in the description. And he'll be uploading a video about mounting the wheels and some further in-depth videos about this build because he knows a lot more about it than I do. So I'll link that video down below in the description as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel, drop a like on the video, and make sure you guys check out that video because he's got some pretty sweet content coming out. So we're now back in my garage. I just wanted to show you guys this before we wrapped up the video because I thought it was kind of cool. Look how many 10mm sockets I have. 1 pack, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 packs of 10mm sockets. So these are actually for Rocky boxes, the Jeep subscription box. These are just like a free little thing we're adding in because I thought it'd be kind of cool to give everybody like a free 10mm socket. And then I also got a bunch of these. They're just like a metric socket set, pretty basic set, but something cool to just throw in the Jeep when you're off-roading. And I mean, this box is stuffed full of them. And then I have a couple more boxes over here. That box right there is 100% full of those little sockets. So this is just like a little preview for those of you from Rocky boxes that are subscribed to the channel. Some things you can expect in some future boxes. I think these are going to be pretty cool boxes. Obviously this is not all that's going to be in the box. There's going to be a lot more than this, but just a little preview. Didn't want to spoil the entire box for you, but thought this was pretty cool. I basically bought like an unlimited supply of 10mm sockets and then also an unlimited supply of metric sockets for a set like that. But as far as the Wrangler goes, to give you guys a time frame on that and like a little bit of an update, parts are on the way for the back axle. Shipping's a little delayed right now for whatever reason, but once those arrive, I believe we're gonna start working on getting this back together. So it'll be fun to hit the trails again. It kind of sucks because it's like doors off weather, but the Jeep's not going anywhere. It's got no axle or anything. So once this is all taken care of, we'll obviously be back on the trails, back out, get you guys off-roading content, get you guys all kinds of content. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.